How's it going, YouTube? It's 220 Prepper, and I got a video today. This glorious mess behind me is my bug out bag. I was working on it, adding new stuff, taking out some new other things, and I remembered it's time for me to finally do the video, so here we go. First things first, I'm going to talk about the bag itself. I made a video on this, which is, I forgot the specific name of this bag, but it is an SOG bag. It might be the Outlaw. I think, I don't recall. I'll put a link in the description. But I got this one as it is a very large bag, as you can see, but it's not like overly large. It's not like one of the bags you see a lot of hikers and people who camp for like weeks on end, one of those gigantic bags. It's not quite that big because I don't want a bag that size. I don't want to put that much stuff in it. But this is a good size. It is more than enough space for me. And I got this bag because I do have another SOG bag, which is my EDC, and I abuse the hell out of that bag on a daily basis, and it's held up for several years now. So I know SOG has good products. They don't pay me, they don't sponsor me, they don't know I exist. I just use my own money, so good product. Now, I set my bag up into the meat and potatoes, so to speak. I set my bag up for very particular things. I set it up for water, shelter, self-defense, and cooking. I don't have a bunch of miscellaneous. I don't have like tracking gear and anything. I don't have any of that. If I grab my bug out bag, my plan is to go from where I am to my location. That's it. I don't have other things. You're not going to see like food items in here because I have a truck bag that's basically what my plan is. I have my bug out bag and my truck bag. The truck bag is honestly in case I'm on a road trip and I get stuck. Had a buddy, he got caught in a snowdrift and was stuck in his car for a couple of days. So I have a truck bag for that, so the two kind of complement each other. If you want to see it, let me know. I don't personally think it's that important. It's just basically some food and some clothes. Anyway, on to this stuff. We're going to start over here with the water. So I've got a Sawyer mini filter in here. I plan on getting another one or two, but it's actually really good. It's very small. This piece right here is the actual filter itself. It's got a small bag and a straw in it. So I keep them all together in a Ziploc bag. Ziploc bags are very, very underrated prepping items. Very underrated. You've seen this. It's a collapsible water bottle. This holds 16 ounces. Same as you would get with just the standard bottle. Life straw. I don't really need to get into this. Canteen. Gotta have water on hand, right? Let's set this stuff on top of the bag. I've got these. These are 2 gallons each. Just to be able, if I see a water source like a pond or a river or something like that, I can use these to just easily transport a lot of water. Gravity water bag. This one is 1.5 gallons. I don't know if any of you know the way a gravity bag works. I'm not taking the whole thing out. So basically, it looks like this. You scoop the water in. It's got a strap right here so you can hang it up top. Scoop the water in, attach the strap here, and you can hang it. This blue piece right here is a hose that connects to the bottom. It connects to my Sawyer mini filter. Filtered water that I don't actually have to do anything for. Gravity handles it all. So, gravity bag. It's a good bag. I like it. Very useful. I mean, it is what it is. So, I don't need, like, I can, in one trip, I can get enough water to last me as long as I need to. I also have a silk key for water sources inside of the city. those little faucets that you see everywhere. A lot of places have water tanks underneath, and this is what you need to get to it. Moving on. We're going to go, not that. Got some paracord in here. I have more, but I'm still working through it. This is, I think each of these are 100 feet or 50 feet, I think. So it's 100 feet total. Mylar rescue blankets. I have 2 of these. And I have 2 of these Survive Outdoor Longer rescue blankets, which are really good, and I like them. So I keep multiple in case any of them get damaged, or God forbid I ever need to like layer up with these. I can also use these to make a small makeshift shelter if worst comes to worst. Speaking of shelters, I have a 2-person survival tent, which is smaller than my hand. So this does not take up much space at all, which is always a good thing. And just in case, I have a tarp. Now, I know that's a lot of redundancies, but, I mean, let's be real. I could put this at an angle over the tent if it's ever raining or something like that. There's just a lot of uses, and I just don't want to get rid of the tarp. I can lay this on the ground to help actually give me some additional protection if it is cold outside, so that ground doesn't, like, suck all of the heat out. It happens. If you've ever been camping, spent the night in a tent in the cold, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Now, miscellaneous. It's not technically miscellaneous, but it is at the same time. I got a compass. You never know. If my vehicle breaks down and I have to hoof it and I have to go through the woods, I would like to know which direction I'm going. Socks. I know I said I've got clothes and stuff in my truck bag, but still, like, let's be realistic here. But still, they're not wool socks, but these are the workman socks that guys, a lot of guys in construction. I wore, security. They wear these socks. They work really, really, really well. Set that right there for now. Fire kit. One of these is the thicker one. So this one has matches, lighters, fire steels, stuff like that. Oh no, not this one. Sorry. It's this one. It is the thicker one. Surprising myself. Okay. Fire steels, fire starters, lighters, more strikers, matches, just all kinds of stuff like that. Clothes. I have one that I'm currently reworking, which is why I got confused. I'm reworking it, and that's got, the Vaseline with the cotton balls and all that kind of stuff. It's not a lot. I don't want a whole lot. I need just enough to get me where I need to be. So, yeah. My goal is I have it all, but I don't want to, burden myself. I only need to be if everything went horribly wrong, I only need this to last me maybe a week. If that. Moving on. So we've got fire strip rolls, which is actually really, really, really good. And something that I have not seen people talk about, and I don't get why. This is a simple pencil sharpener for use for kindling or tinder, something like that. You just take a stick, you put it in here, you sharpen it up, and it gives you the flakes you need. Nice little containment. Pour it out. You start the fire like that. I don't see enough people talking about this. And this costs 99 cents, something like that. But cheap as hell. And this is so useful, and nobody talks about it, and I don't get it. Anyway, so here we've got my cooking pots. Nothing fancy, nothing large, just 2 of them. We've got a pot and a pan. This is a new set, I will admit that, and when I test it better, I will let you know just how good it is or if it sucks. But that's what that is. We've got the wood burning stove. It breaks down into this kit, which again, height-wise, is smaller than my hand. And I will do a video on this and this coming soon. Link in the description for these as well. Also got more matches, fishing lines. This is the kind of stuff that you get when you buy those survival knives, those gimmick survival knives, that they always have those little plastic bags in them. This is the kind of stuff that you get. Matches and fishing line. I'm not going to throw these away. I'm going to use them in my bags. So yeah, I mean, I've made videos before on why I like those survival knives. If you care, I will. If I remember, I will tag it. If not, search my page. I want to say it's Why I Hate Survival Knives. So next is this pile of stuff right here. This is the biggest controversy of my bag. And to be perfectly honest, this pile right here is all of the weight in my bag. All of the weight is with this little bit of stuff right here. So let's talk about it. I have 5. Yes, 5 knives. I have this one here is if I've got to defend myself with a knife, this is the one that I'm grabbing in my bug out bag. I love the handle. It's really comfortable. It's got a nice guard right here for my hand, so my hand's not gonna go sliding. I love this knife cut, and this is sturdy. It's not the best knife I have. It's not the sturdiest knife I have, but it fits what I need it to do, and I'll explain in just a second what I need it to do. I'll elaborate what I need it to do. I have a Cricut minimalist neck knife. This is not going to, I'm sorry, CRKT. I always call them Crickets. This is just like a small, like, I can use, not whittling, feathering. That's what it is. Feathering with this one, cutting paracord, any like minor cutting I need to do with the blade, this is what I'm going to grab. I mean, if I've got to defend myself with this, something's horribly wrong. But, I mean, it is still a knife. I have an additional knife here that has a flint and steel striker on it. I've had this knife for many, many years. And I love this knife because to me it's like the perfect size knife. It's just big enough to defend myself with, comfortable enough to hold, but it's just... if I had a better sheath for this knife, it would absolutely be like on my battle belt. I'm like, yeah, it would absolutely be on my battle belt. But anyway, I have a pocket kukri because honestly, I really love this knife. It's a kukri. Like, this is the first kukri that I got. I put it in there. Honestly, I don't think I'm keeping it, but it is in here right now, so it is going to be on the list. And I added this knife. This knife is actually coming out. Initially I had this one, and I replaced it with this one. But it's still in here, so I'm talking about it now. It's just a Snake Eyes Tactical. Nothing fancy, nothing like to write home about. It's full tang. It's just an okay knife. And for setting up camp, I do have a Off-Grids Tool Survival Axe. This is supposed to be a multifunctional axe. It's supposed to have 22 different features, but they cheated when they did it. So as you can see, it's got a bunch of different hex holes and stuff like that. That's why they say it's got so many, because, you know, lanyard hole and window breaker and seatbelt cutter. It's little stuff like that. But this one's been holding up fairly decent, and in a city type environment, having a axe head, a hammer, a pry bar, and this is one of the big screws that you see on top of fire hydrants. Having something like that in one tool is actually useful. This is held up to minor testing like wood chopping, which is all I plan on using it for, but still. And the biggest amount of weight in my bag is this. and this is my chest rig. The reason I have this in here is because if I ever need to grab my bug out bag, there's no guarantee that I will be able to grab my whole kit. I might not be able to grab my plate carrier. I might not be able to grab my battle belt. I've got my rifle next to my bag. I've got a handgun next to my bag. And this is inside of my bag. So this, and I have a pistol holster all coincide together. I'll briefly explain it and I'll make a dedicated video later on. But basically, if I don't grab my big stuff, I still have stuff. That's the shortest answer I could possibly give you. And like I said, I will make a dedicated video explaining my thought process behind this in a little bit. But I've got 2 pistol mags, both of which are loaded with some good ammo. I've got hollow point rounds for my 9mm. And my primary weapon is a 5.56, which has green tip ammo. So should I need to rock and roll with this, I can, because I've got at least 1 to 2 mags of my handgun next to my gun, and I've got at least 1 30-round mag in my rifle. So that would give me 3 30s and potentially 4 of my 9mm. So yes, but let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about my whole bug out bag for now. Something that's missing, because I know you're going to comment on it. I have medical. I took the entire medical kit apart. And because I have much better stuff I just got that's getting put in there. I've got new tourniquets, carrier tourniquet. I've got new tourniquets. I've got some combat gauze. I've got some quick clots, some burn heals, some medicines, some painkillers, antibiotics. I've got that kind of stuff in the kit that I'm rebuilding for my bug out bag. But I wanted to make this video before I forgot. So video on the meds coming up soon. Let me know what you think, what I should add, what I should take apart. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. This is 220 Prepper, and I am signing off.